Welcome to What's Happening in Miami County. Here's your hosts, Don Smith and Bill Cartwright.
Hi, I'm Don.
And I'm Bill.
And we're here and finding out what's happening in Miami County.
Absolutely.
Today is July the 10th, 2024. Some of our program today is going to have taken place a little bit before because we did some taping of a couple of interesting things that we're going to show you today. So it's going to be kind of interesting. But what have you been up to since the last tour?
Well, on the 4th of July, we had a nice family outing. I didn't shoot off any fireworks, so.
Oh.
I know, but I didn't have to worry about it because a lot of people around us, not necessarily right in our neighborhood, but all around us, were shooting off fireworks for hours. It was amazing. I can't even imagine the amount of money they spent on fireworks. But we got together on the 4th of July with our family, and we just had a nice family outing, and hot dogs and brats, and it just was a really nice affair. It was a lot of fun. So, and that's basically what we've been doing. Other than that, mowing grass and that kind of stuff. So,
I looked at your tree. It doesn't look real healthy, but no. I think it'll come back.
I'm hoping it does.
Next year.
I prayed about it. Believe me, I did.
That's good. Put a cross right there by it.
There is one.
Okay, good. So, I've had several things go on. Number one, had to have the oil changed in my car, and that's no easy task because this particular car, you do it every 10,000 miles and it's expensive when you do it. But I got it done. Then I had to go to Indianapolis, and that's no fun. The trips to Indianapolis are always fraught with all kinds of things going on the interstate. So we went over to Indianapolis. I had an eye checkup because a few years ago I had cornea transplants, and so annually I have to go have them, check them out, see if I still have them. So I think I do because I can see. But anyway, I've always wondered what those corneas saw before I got them.
Yeah, that's true. You'll have to tell them sometime about the story of when we took you over there.
Oh, that was another whole program. And that was a lot earlier. I was blind at the time. But anyway.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, literally. But, I went over there and everything was all real good with that. So I was happy about that. Then I tried to come home. Did you notice I said I tried to come home?
Yes.
Yeah, there was so much traffic. The GPS one time before tried to take me off the interstate when I was going somewhere, and I refused to listen because I knew better. Well, this time, and I was stuck for 4 hours. So this time it said, go off. I said, yes, sir. And we did take a shortcut. And it did work around, and we were doing pretty good. Went to the 4th of July presentation here at the center, my Valley Center, the Piqua Fest. And I was amazed at the number of things they had out there. The carnival was huge. They had a band on a stage. They had food trucks. Oh my goodness, there were people.
Attended?
It was well attended, people
Very
everywhere,
good.
having a good time. Then it poured down rain.
Well, yeah.
But after the rain, we
People
had
came
the
back out, I'm sure.
and the fireworks went off as scheduled. Now by then I was home. So I just went out and stood in the middle of the street and watched the fireworks. Fortunately, there was no traffic because I was standing in the middle of the street watching the fireworks. Then I went to a garden party. Absolutely beautiful gardens. Marcia Zeiswanger lives out in the country, and she's got the most beautiful lawn, gardens, flowers. It's just amazing. And then, sadly, I went to Joe Thoma's service. Now, Joe was one of those people that I think in Piqua was probably the most recognized person.
Oh, absolutely.
If you show the picture to anybody, they're all going to know it was Joe. And he died rather suddenly. He'd been kind of sick for a while, but it was a really sad thing, and we waited quite a long time to go through that service. But it was a fitting tribute, but a sad thing too, because he was so much a part of Piqua and always a happy guy with a joke. And then I got my hair cut today,
Oh, I know.
That was special.
I noticed that.
I told her
I was going to mess it up, but I thought I better not.
Oh, no. Chrissy would have had a problem because Chrissy Latham at Glamour on Main did it. And I said, now I'm going to be on the program today, so you need to make sure it looks good. Oh, she worked on it.
You got hairspray?
Oh, I got hairspray. I got powder. I got everything.
Whoa.
This is the real look now, let me tell you. So,
If you'd only keep it.
I know. Well, it's one day.
Yeah,
And about
yeah.
5 weeks from now, we'll get it again.
So,
But anyway,
so enjoy it now.
that's right. Yeah, this time. Next show won't be looking like this.
Right.
But anyway, and then tomorrow, we're also have lunch with my brother. That's a nice thing. We do that once a month and get caught up on family things, and that's really good. And I had a Friends of the Library meeting, and that's always interesting because we're always planning something at the library, and I think there's something coming up in August that we'll be talking about probably on the
Yes.
next program, because you're going to be at that meeting
That's
too.
right,
So
that's
a
right.
really good thing. Now, all of this goings on leads up to the fact that I've been at the Bethany Center, as you have, and we were so fortunate at the Bethany Center
Very fortunate.
to have a special gift given to the Bethany Center. And so Bill and I went out while that special gift was being delivered, and we did some video. So you will see right now what occurred. That was a community event as far as the Bethany Center is concerned. So we'll be right back after you watch the short video. Hello, we're out now at Westminster Presbyterian Church. We've got a really great project that's going on here.
That's
and
exciting.
It is, and it's including multiple different levels of the Pequot community, and I
Exactly.
think that's a really great thing. It's amazing how many people are involved in this project. What you're going to see today is the moving of a stove from Westminster Presbyterian Church, and this is, by the way, donated by the church. Really nice stove, and it's being moved over to the Bethany Center, where it will be used to produce meals for those in need. So that's something really exciting, and it starts right here at Westminster Presbyterian Church.
We're excited to be part of it, to be here and witness it. But yeah, it's just a wonderful thing that the church has done to give that to Bethany Center, because if you saw the one we were using before, oh boy.
It's worn out.
It's worn out,
And
yes.
I think it was purchased for $25 a long time ago.
A long time ago.
So anyway, we're going to stop here now, and we're going to go inside to where the stove is. We'll see you soon. Beth. Beth is the person who has made the arrangements to donate the stove from Westminster to the Bethany Center. Another part of the wheel that's going to make this all happen, and we're really excited to have Beth here. Beth, would you like to say something to our audience?
Well, thank you, Don. And we are thrilled and very happy that this stove that once was a gift to us can now be gifted to you, and you can use it. So, just use it
Every
so
day.
much
Every
more.
day,
So
yes.
many meals are going to come out of that
Yes,
stove. So many more
absolutely.
that recently have come out of this stove, and we have gotten a lot of wonderful use out of it. And it's
And it
just
still
been a
looks
great thing.
almost brand new, so I'm really excited to have it.
Yeah.
And
We're happy for you.
we have Jerry Williamson who helps us over there at Bethany. And every time we do an Italian dish, guess who gets to make it?
Ah.
And he'll be using this stove.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everybody will be loving that stuff.
Yes.
So
Thank you very
it's a
much.
big day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the hard part.
It's been a really hard move, because we had to stand and watch while they did all this hard, heavy lifting. And fortunately, there was an elevator, so we got to this point. Now we're in the parking lot at Westminster Presbyterian Church on the way to the next stop. Here we are at the Bethany Center, and this is the stove we've been using ever since a long time. That's all I can tell you.
Very, very old stove.
And it's impossible to clean. Parts of it don't work. This griddle doesn't work. The ovens don't work. So it's been here since 2001. So that's been a long time, and it was used, and I think it cost $25 when they bought it back then, because it was a used stove.
But it's prepared many, many, many meals.
All of those meals were served at no charge to our community. So this stove is going to be leaving us, and real soon you're going to see the new one coming to its place. We're really excited.
Very excited.
We are at the end. We've got the stove in place. It's been moved over from Westminster Presbyterian Church, and you know the really exciting part about that whole thing, Bill?
What?
All volunteer.
I know.
Everybody has volunteered.
Fantastic.
And we are at the last stage, and George Staley is going to come and do the final hookup of the gas to the stove, and then we'll be cooking up a storm. I expect this stove is going to make thousands of meals
Absolutely, yeah.
in the next few years. I know we make almost 75 to 100 meals a day right now.
Yeah.
So, and this stove is going to help us get that accomplished, and I really appreciate it. Jim, come over here. Jim Stamen is the person behind the scenes. He's always in charge of making sure that everything gets accomplished. He's the guy we go to when it doesn't work.
When it doesn't
and
work,
he always
yeah.
shows up and fixes it.
Yeah.
So we've got a great team here, and everybody,
Yes.
I have to admit, all of them are volunteers, including you and me.
That's right.
So it's been a great experience, and we're real excited. And just a secret, Sean, who runs the place, is out of town, and we're going to surprise him when he gets back with the stove in place and a new floor in the walk-in freezer. So it's all excitement.
Yep.
Thank you for watching,
Yep.
and we'll get back to the regular program.
Well, we're back, and I have a few events that I'd like to go over real quick that's going to be happening here in the Miami County. The first one is Capture the Past Historic Site Photography Contest, and that's at Johnson Farm and Indian Agency. There again, it's you can go out there. It's site admission is the cost, but it should be a lot of fun. It says grab your camera or bring your smartphone and capture the wonder of the site through photography. So that should be a lot of fun to do. And of course, again, we're on July 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The vendor show at the Piqua Center is open again, and that'll be great. And part of proceeds are donated to the Miami Valley Veterans Museum, which is always a very good cause. And then the whole county is getting in on the Miami County in Bloom garden tour. Its theme this year is A Garden is Music to the Earth, which I think is really appropriate. That's a very nice sentiment. But it's including whimsical outdoor gardening, formal gardens and fun, casual spaces and all that. The tickets are $15 pre-sale or $20 day of the tour. Children 10 and over must have a ticket. For more information, you can go to the go.osu/Miami Garden Tour, or you can call 937-440-3945 for more information and all. And then at the Johnson Farm again, they do a lot of programs. But it's called Dickens Christmas in July. And that's, like I said, at Johnson Farm Indian Agency. And a lot of people don't realize that John Johnson and Charles Dickens met once. But it'll be featuring living historian actor Chris Hart. And it'll be held in collaboration with Apple Tree Gallery in Piqua there. And again, it's a site admission. So there again is a good reason to be to join the Johnson Farm. That's always your site admissions are included in that. And then in Troy, Fridays on Prouty is with Ryan Mundy Band. That's July 12th, 7:30. 7:30. For more information, you can go to the Troy website. His style combines country, threads of sweet, soulful life, longing lyrics, and red hot rock edges to make a modern country song. So that's what's happening on Prouty. And then also, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's Plein, Plein Air Artist Event. It's in downtown Troy, and there'll be a bunch of artists outdoors throughout the day, and you can walk around and see it. And then even in the afternoons, you can even purchase some of the art. That should be a nice way to spend an afternoon. And then this one is summer cookie decorating. If you're into that, I'm not into that. My cookies would look a mess if I did it.
I'm into eating them though.
Oh, I'm into, well, as long as they don't have too much icing on them.
I know.
But anyway, this would be at the Mayflower by A.M. Scott Distillery. And it's July 17th at 6:30 p.m. As Carmen from the Farmhouse Bakery will be leading a cookie decorating demonstration. And there's all kinds of neat things that you can do there. You can even call ahead and maybe make dinner reservations for after the demonstration. So you can following the class, so you can do that at mayflowertroy.com and get more information and that type of thing. So, and then again, Fridays on Prouty, this is July 19th, 7:30 to 9 p.m. And this will be Noah Witherspoon Band, which is he's mostly a blues rock. Was what he does. He's a very good musician, very good guitarist. That should be a lot of fun too. And that's, of course, downtown Troy on the 19th, 7:30. And then there's one coming, Long Shots Driving Range. That's at 2315 South County Road 25A, Troy. It's a Jeep on the range. So what it is, it's they're calling all Jeepers, I guess that's what they call people who own Jeeps, Jeepers, to join on July 20th for the first ever Jeep show taking place right on our driving range, co-sponsored by Irwin Chrysler. It's $40 per Jeep. Not only does this cost get your Jeep entry into the event, but you will also receive a welcome goodie bag and one t-shirt. So you can click, you need to go to www.eventbrite.com/Jeeps on the range tickets. And you'll be able to get your tickets there. 50% of your entry fee will go straight to support our neighbors in Miami County Veterans Museum. Again, that's a great museum. But you must pay the entry fee online through Eventbrite for your Jeep to be part of the show. So that's pretty much, well, one other real quick one, Third Thursdays in West Milton, July 18th, downtown West Milton. So come, there's music, craft vendors, and food trucks, along with many stores that are open late. So that should be a lot of fun too. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. So that's all the events I have right now. So
Well, that's all kind of exciting.
yeah, it is.
And someplace are making waffles. I'm thinking we ought to go get waffles.
Oh
I
yes,
forget, where is
I
that?
forgot. That's in West Milton also.
On Fridays.
On Fridays,
And they're those big old-fashioned
old-fashioned
waffles.
waffles. Yeah, yeah,
He's right down from AJ's house, he said.
Yeah, there you go.
We can
There
go to
you go.
AJ's and he can take us over there.
yeah. He
So
might
that-
even buy the waffles.
He might.
Woo.
That'd be kind of exciting to see what goes down. Well, guess what?
What?
It's time for famous birthdays.
Okay.
I'll get the bell.
Yeah, I probably need it.
That's in case you need it. Oh, this is going to be easy because I don't have that many because we have some other stuff coming up here. In
Well,
a minute.
remember, I have one for you.
Oh, goodness gracious. I might as well ring the bell for myself already because I probably won't get it. Well, anyway, July 6th. Now, I normally wouldn't go back. It would always be on the day. Today is the 10th and it's
Right.
But this one is important enough that we're going to go back.
Okay, important enough.
Yes, President George W. Bush.
Okay.
His birthday was July the 6th.
Okay.
How old do you think he is now?
George W.
Yeah, George W. Bush.
Oh, geez, I had 70. Yeah.
He is, believe it or not, 78.
Well,
Now I'm thinking
I was
about
in
that.
the 70s, but
Yeah, you were close, but no cigar. Anyway, I was thinking about that because we've got two candidates running for president now, and we're not allowed to talk about politics, but this isn't politics. This
no,
is age.
this is about age. Yeah,
Right,
it's about
and
age.
both of them are in that in that age range right now. I mean, he was, how long ago was he president? Quite a while back already.
Yeah.
So, and he is 78 now. So he could still run again.
Well, yeah, according to what's
According
going
to
on
ages,
right now.
yeah, according to ages. Well, anyway, we're going to move on to a more modern situation. Do you remember Daisy Duke? Mm-hmm. Dukes of Hazzard?
Dukes of Hazzard.
You know who played that?
I have no idea.
Well, I didn't either till I did the research.
Well, yeah.
But her birthday's today.
Ah.
Daisy Duke's birthday's today. She was born July 10th. Her name was Jessica Simpson.
Oh, there you go.
Jessica Simpson played Daisy Duke.
I should have known that.
I just remember the shorts. She had shorts on that were beyond normal for television. But anyway, how would you think she is today?
Probably 65, 60. Where's she at? 44?
She's got to be real happy that you go, 44?
Well, no, I thought she was old. God.
Oh boy.
How long was
burying
Dukes of
yourself.
Hazzard on?
Well, it was on a long time ago. I was young enough to appreciate it.
She must have been a teenager or
Yeah,
something.
well, she was probably, because it was she was a daisy on that one, and then the most important birthday of the day. This is July 10th, and this is the most important. Gloria Pritchard.
According to
Me.
Okay.
Well, that's who's important on this conversation. Anyway, Gloria Pritchard. You know Gloria Pritchard?
The name sounds familiar.
Well, Sofia Vergara played her. And Sofia Vergara's birthday is today.
I know.
She's my woman, you know.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I was happy to know that it's her birthday. And she's been in lots of movies. But you know what she did? Before she got into the business world, she decided she was going to go to college and become a dentist.
Yes.
Can
I
you
did know
imagine
that.
wasting her body on dentistry? So it just wouldn't be right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so instead of, she went to college to be a dentist, and all of a sudden she became a model. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was a mouth model or what, but she was a model. And then from there she gained all her fame. And today's her birthday. How old do you think she is?
50.
Oh, no bell for you. She's 52.
Oh, wow.
Now, the next time you see her on TV, you look at that picture of her on television. Do you think she looks 52?
No.
I don't think she even comes close to looking 52. But she is one gorgeous lady. Watch her on America's Got Talent. That's where you'll see her. You'll see a lot of her on there. So it's a really nice thing. Back in 1998, though, sadly, her brother was killed in a drug deal down there in Bogota,
Colombia.
Yeah, that was a really sad thing for her, but
absolutely.
She is a pretty special person.
I think she still has a sister, though.
Well, yeah, she does. She has a sister.
An adopted sister.
Yeah, but I didn't care. Because, I mean, Sophia, that's the really nice one. So anyway, I'm belaboring it now, and I shouldn't, because my wife will not talk to me for the next week if I keep going. So anyway, after all that, we did something really cool. And we did that today, which, by the way, we're actually taping this a little bit early. But we were down at the Mills Brothers mural site. And Bill and I went down there and we talked to Michael and Chris at the site. And so,
very nice gentlemen.
Really nice guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to break now so that you can see our interview with the two gentlemen that are painting the mural of the Mills Brothers in downtown.
It's amazing.
We are really excited today to be at the site of the newest mural that's being produced in Piqua, Ohio, and I'm really excited to see the Mills Brothers going up on this Park National Bank wall. It's the wall of the administrative building for Park National Bank, and you'll hear trucks in the background because we are at the corner of the corner of Water Street and Main Street, catty corner across from the Crooked Handle. So this project started with Lorna Swisher and Ruth Kuhn having a thought. And if anybody knows either one of those people, when they have a thought, it becomes reality. And so that's where we are today. They found these great gentlemen to do the painting, and we're on site to see all that's going to happen. The previous mural was done a few months ago, or years ago actually, by a different group of artists, and it was produced on the Meekler building, which is where Quint Signs is today. We want to thank the Park National Bank for allowing the painting on this particular wall. Pretty soon we're going to see it close up and personal, but we want to make sure that they get a proper thanks for allowing us to have that painting up there. Our muralists come from an organization called the Artisan Room, and they're from Columbus. Actually, one of them's from Columbus, the other one's from Medina, and they come together to paint this mural. And I'm going to walk over here where they are. So, gentlemen, hello. You are Mike, or Michael, and you are Chris. And these two gentlemen are the master painters behind this project. Now, you know, we need to have some idea of where you got the idea of this, but I want to, before we do all of that, I think it's important for you to tell us what your credentials are, because I know you've got some pretty good credentials. So let's start with you, Mike. Would you tell us what you've been doing?
Well, started painting murals in 1996 after teaching art for about almost 5.5 years in the public school system in North Carolina, and started the mural business and have been doing it ever since. And met Chris. It's been over 10 years.
13 years.
Yeah. My gosh, we've been doing this for a long time.
So, Chris, tell us about you.
I've been hustling art for a living my whole life. When I was in my 20s, I ran a screen printing business. I, like Mike, also had an art teaching degree. Was having a hard time finding a teaching job. And Mike and I met each other in Columbus. He's neighbors with my brother, and we kind of joined forces and found that our skill sets really complement each other. The first few years we just were grinding it out. It was low pay and we'd get a mural every few months, but we stuck with it, and now we're traveling all over the country and doing really well, booking 3 months out and just having a ball.
So what kind of credentials are we talking about? Now, I know you had something to do with HGTV.
We've been on HGTV probably 3 or 4 times, doing various projects. Worked a lot with the celebrity designer Vern Yip on a few of his TV shows, and did some murals on those shows. Had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Learned that reality TV is not really reality.
I think we all knew that already.
I got cut out of a scene because I changed my clothes the next day for continuity purposes. But yeah.
I have a question. How many murals do you think you've done since in your 13 years of collaboration?
A few hundred maybe.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times what will happen is it's not just one mural. Like, for example, bars, restaurants, things like that, it'll be a package where we'll be on site for 2 or 3 weeks and they need a small thing here, something there. So if you count all of that.
Okay.
But, you know, we've worked for NFL players. We've worked for Channing Tatum, his bar down in New Orleans. Mike is one of the few people in the country who can do historical restoration work on historical Zubair wallpaper. We've worked in mansions. We've worked at the Grand Hotel doing historic refurbishment up there. Mike is also a master of the fine finishes, working through the high-end designer industry with the marbleizing, the gold leafing. Yeah, he's the guy in the country. He's one of the best. I'm kind of the jack of all trades, all the wacky weird stuff and everything like that. So.
Well, are you the one who projected this all up on the wall?
Yeah. Well, we went through the design process, was very interesting with this, because I would say we probably did about 25 to 30 revisions of the design to get the final approval from Ruth. And there was a point where there were just 4 of the fellas up there, but we had to get Dad in there too. And getting the record label up there, getting all of the heads put in, there was a lot of that kind of stuff before we could even project it onto the wall.
And
well,
how is that done? I mean,
how do you take a small drawing or whatever and translate it to a huge wall like that?
It's really a lot of the work is done ahead of time in the studio with the iPad and Photoshop. That stuff really is a time saver and a money saver, because for us to come out here and try to sketch everything up freehand, you don't want to pay us the time, triple time it would take. So we get a lot of those decisions and those problems worked out digitally in the studio. And then we do use the digital projector to get the design up. And the first night we were here, we had Ruth and the whole gang out here to give it a final approval and see it and kind of visualize it before it went on the web.
Well, that was exciting. So the pictures and the Mills Brothers, I'll bet because of your age, you didn't really know much about the Mills Brothers before this mural.
Not at all.
But now, now you realize they were the first black family in the country to be on national television, radio, and travel the world as would be today somebody like, another famous
I was amazed.
person.
I went on the Wikipedia page, 36 gold records, 2,000 recordings, a 40-year career. Duke Ellington is the one that got them their record deal. And I love the fact that they got on stage and they forgot their kazoo. So they started, he had to improvise, and they loved that. And so all four of them simulate horns with their mouths. I did not know this until I was listening while we're painting. We're listening to the Mills Brothers and educating ourselves. And it was amazing. They sound like real horns.
Yep.
So I've become a Mills Brothers fan for sure. Just and a recording with Louis Armstrong. They're Americana.
Well, now we have to have a technical question. I want to know what the size of the portrait that's up there is, because when we look at it, we see one thing. But how big is that?
It's 10 feet tall.
10 feet tall.
10
just
feet
from
tall,
his
Just
chin?
the head.
His chin to the top of his head. So that's the length of the floor of a basketball, gymnasium to the rim. It's hard to believe that.
Yes, and I thought that would be interesting to know for people, because you look at it and you don't realize how much that is, or how big that is up there. So that's really exciting. Now, we're going to do something a little unusual, so we're going to break here for a second, because Bill's going to go up on the lift and be up at the mural. So we'll be back with you in just a second.
A little shadow in there. Painting on brick is not easy to do. So
I was going to ask you, what did you have to do to get the surface ready to do the painting?
they put a sealer on the brick, which was nice, and then we're using special exterior primer, the gray, that's what that is for good bonding, and then we're using like 25, 30-year exterior paint.
Okay.
And we're also using a sprayer. As you can see this, you can spray it with a sprayer, so it gets in the ground nicely. You don't have the interruptions of the ground, and you can soften things up a lot better that way. So it's a combination of brush and spray. This is going to be a big white, or maybe we might be using this color, because we're working in sepia tones, and we're going to do a big white stripe and then a big blue sprayed halo around them as well.
Oh, okay. Now, now temperature sometimes can affect paint and all that. And do you have to take that into consideration when you're doing this?
Well, we can't paint. That's why we can't paint when the temperatures, into the 50s or below. The paint doesn't work as well, doesn't flow as well, and it doesn't cure like it should.
Okay.
But being in the sun out here, though, helps. It dries so fast, so it helps us work quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
Sometimes too fast.
And I'm curious too, when this is all said and done, how much paint will you have used?
Oh, I don't
Do you
know
have
how
any
many.
idea?
Thousands of dollars worth, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I can imagine.
But that would be an interesting factoid to figure out. I guess when we're done, we'll give you a tally of how many gallons are on the wall.
That would be fun to know.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is amazing, and you have a great view to look at while you're up there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And
But it's, you can get up a little higher and see the city.
oh yeah, yep, Lock 9 and all that. That's a great view. Great. So it's really, this is going to add a lot to the downtown, this mural.
Sure.
I can't tell you how much you all appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate it too, and we're honored to be chosen to do. Let's swing us out.
Okay.
Well, while Bill was up there, I was just about peeing my pants because that's really up there high. How was it, Bill?
It was great. The view is unbelievable. It's really nice, very nice.
The view-
and the portraits look so much bigger when you're up close.
Well, if it's half of a basketball field, court, isn't that what you told me?
From the distance from the floor to the rim, is 10
Yeah.
feet.
Oh, yeah.
They're all
Okay.
about 10 feet.
So that's pretty darn tall. But you've got a picture here. This, I think, is interesting because while they were up there, Chris and I were talking, and he explained how they use this photograph to get that picture up there. You want to go ahead and explain that?
Yeah, so we go ahead and take the image that we projected and we print them out as large as, that's easy to use when we're up there. And we put it on a stick, and, once the projection gets all the likeness, put in the right proportions so you have a likeness, then the rest is just all artistic, shading and doing it all freehand from there just to make sure everything looks nice and smooth. And so it's just, we're going to print one of these out for each of the guys and put them up there.
That's really a great thing. I need to know when you think you'll be done with this.
We think next week, if the rain doesn't wash us out. We're going to miss out Wednesday because of the storm that's coming through, but we're hoping next week we could be able to wrap it up.
That would be really exciting because you know what's going to happen? Real soon, right over there's going to be a Mills Brothers tribute. And it's all local people from one of the classes, Piqua High School. They do it as a fundraiser to raise money for the music program in the Piqua City schools. And that's going to happen right there at Crockett Handle, and then Crooked Handle. And the next day, we're going to have I believe, the first concert in the Shell over there. So this is going to all open up at once, and the mural will be there. And by the way, in case you'd like to know, we are still collecting money for this mural. Not for these guys, because I think they've been kind of taken care of. However, we would really like to see the mural lighted at night, especially since we're in the location that we are, right near all the happenings that go on in our city. And I think it would be really great to put some lights up on the mural, and that takes a little bit of additional money. And I need to tell you right now too, that this entire project was paid for by citizens. It has nothing to do with the city of Piqua, other than they liked the idea and said, sure, go for it. But the citizens of Piqua are the ones who decided that this was the right thing for us to do. And of course, the Mills Brothers are probably the most famous people from Piqua, Ohio ever so far. Now, Bill and I may become famous a little later because we're still waiting on Dora O'Donnell to call us up and ask us to be on CBS, but we're not quite there yet. So anyway, gentlemen, I really appreciate you taking the time out of the schedule of painting to get this done. That may add an extra day, I don't know.
We'll send you a bill.
Thank you so much. Well, anyway, I really appreciate the time you've had.
Absolutely. And I'll just, a little plug, if you would like to follow what we do, Artisan Rooms. I don't know if you can zoom in and see it on our hats there, but Artisan Rooms, the name of our company. Most of our stuff is on Instagram. We do have a YouTube channel. I do have to admit, I'm the media guy, and I have not been as current on YouTube. up to the minute stuff would definitely be our Instagram, but we do have that YouTube channel as well. And we'll be posting not only Instagram of the process of this, some time lapse, some drone shots, but also we are going to put up a more extensive YouTube video of our own. For
And
this
I
one.
seem to remember you driving that thing down the middle of Main Street so you could get gas in the tank. That was quite
we've got
a
a
picture.
fun little, we didn't realize that we were going to need to take a little pit stop to get some gas in the lift over there. So I made a fun little video. We're going to release that on our Instagram of driving it over to get a pit stop. So
Good deal.
you never know what kind of fun little stuff you'll see on Artisan Rooms.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, and I want to thank the citizens of Piqua for the donations that have made this possible.
Absolutely.
It's one more time that Piqua's come together to do a really great project.
Yes.
We'll be talking to you soon. We'll be back in the studio.
Well, we're back, and that was a fantastic time there talking to those two gentlemen. They're amazing artists, and they've done lots of murals. So
The really cool part about them is they don't act like some artists do.
no,
They're just nice guys having a good time.
yep,
And doing a good
they
job.
enjoy what they do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But we were doing birthdays before we went to that.
Oh, yeah, I'm done with that now.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I have a
Oh.
birthday for you.
Oh,
You
dear.
get to guess.
You're hiding the paper, too. I can see that.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, so it's a guy. He was born in 1856.
Oh, now I'm going to know that. I was there.
Yeah, well, that could be. He died in 1943 at age 86. He's a scientist, an inventor, engineer, and futurist. And his effect on what he helped to develop affects us every day. We use it every day. Do you have any idea who this guy was?
We use it every day.
I'll tell you what, he and another inventor had an argument.
Thomas
And-
Edison.
No, that's the
Henry
guy he
Ford.
had. That's the guy he had the argument
Oh,
with.
Henry Ford?
No,
Well, then Firestone.
no.
Well, those are the three people that were best friends.
Well, I didn't say they were best friends.
Oh, they argued. They argued a lot, huh?
Yes. No, this guy. I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
He helped to develop AC.
Air conditioning.
Or no,
Air conditioning?
not that kind. No, AC electricity.
Oh, I don't know.
The argument, I'll put it this way, the argument he had with Alexander Graham Bell, and that Alexander Graham Bell wanted to do direct current, and he insisted that AC current was better.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
I hit my bell myself.
His name is Tesla.
Tesla?
Yes.
That's who the car's named after?
No. Well, I don't know. It might be, but
I want a Tesla, you know.
yes.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's who it is. Tesla. Today's his birthday, July 10th.
Well, good birthday to him.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Okay. So
Well, we got some trivia. But this is just a couple of things because we're running low on time probably. Did you know that Alabama's got a lot of strict rules, I found out. I mean, I only got 2 of them on this piece of paper, but there's some pretty strict stuff. For instance, it's illegal in Alabama to drive blindfolded.
yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, that's a law.
And it's.
I wonder why that was necessary.
I don't know. Maybe people were getting on their horses blindfolded or something.
I don't know. It's illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama. Now, I'm wondering, they said blindfolded, so I guess you can be blind and drive. You just can't have a cover over your eyes. I don't know. Anyway, that's one. And the other one is it's illegal to play dominoes on Sunday in Alabama.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't play dominoes on Sunday in Alabama. It's just not a good idea.
Well,
You'll go to jail or
you're good.
whatever they do.
Yeah, well,
So
okay.
It's probably a misdemeanor.
Yeah, probably get a fine. Any way to make money, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's what you put. That's how you put the governor through school.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right, well, our next program will be July 24th, Channel 5 at 6, or email at YouTube, the YouTube address which will be on the screen. And and then what are we doing the next time?
Well, we're going to have a really good thing next time. You people are going to have to get involved in this one. You're going to have to watch, because we're going to go on a road trip. And we're going to be in the car driving along, and we've got a couple of things we're going to do. It'll be an interesting concept. You know, I used to like, what was his name on TV at 1 o'clock in the morning? It was way too late for me. James Corden. He was so good because he had carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
Well, now, you know, if we have a blank spot during this travel trip, you can sing.
Oh, I don't know.
That'll be the karaoke part. But anyway, we're going to go on a road trip, and we're going to go someplace, and then we're going to have a little sit down. It's going to be kind of a fun event, and we're looking forward to it. AJ's especially excited because he has no idea how to do it, but he'll get it figured out between now and the next show.
He's very good.
Yeah, he'll be good at that. He'll get it all handled for us. So that's what we're going to do next time.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to next time. So
all right. So I'm Bill Cartwright.
And I'm Don Smith. Thanks for watching. Until next time,
what's happening in Miami County?